All right, I'm going to call this park meeting to order. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, Kristen, go ahead. You want to take attendance?
Brad Masick.
Here.
Ed Repay.
Here.
Joe Skavarik.
Here.
Nicole Kelly.
Here.
Jen Wilson.
Here.
John Novosich.
Here.
Irene Morales. Carly Morris.
Here.
Christian Bartholomew.
Here.
Robin Arvanitis.
Here.
Okay, first up, approval of the minutes from the March 5th meeting.
Make a motion to approve.
Okay, we have a motion to approve. Is there a second?
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries 5-0. Okay, we have lots of donations. John, you want to tell us about those?
Yeah, these, we've been soliciting sponsorships for the Pensy Pints and Performers event that's being planned for August, and we've had a great response. Milestone Contractors has sponsored $1,000, Computer Bay $400, Dyer Construction $1,000, Amy and Aaron DeLong $150, Town Planner $250, Nice Engineering $1,000, and New Toys $500. Plus, there's been some additional sponsors who, have pledged some money, but we haven't received it yet. So these are actually, sponsorships that we received.
Awesome.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the 7 donations that John just reviewed.
Okay, we have a motion on the floor. Is there a second?
I'll second that.
Okay. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries 5-0. John, any correspondence?
Yeah, we received, the board's received 2 letters. One was received right after the last park board meeting in March. It's from Lake County Drainage Board, and basically they're going to be performing some maintenance on the Schererville ditch next to the Table property. And it was pretty much a letter just indicating the work they're going to do since we're adjacent to that ditch. They're not going to work in the actual section of the ditch that flows through the Table property.
Okay.
Called the office and spoke with them, so it was just kind of giving us a notice because we're adjacent property owner. The second letter was from March 24th. That's from Marathon Pipeline, and they're going to be doing some survey work again. They may have to access some of the their easement to do the survey, and that easement is across the Tebow property, so they're letting us know that there may be some work out there.
Okay. Awesome.
John, was there a second page to that? That's what I was going to ask.
Yeah, it looks like it cut off. There was a comma at the end of it.
There should be, but now that's it.
We'll chalk it up to printer error.
What's that?
Printer error.
That's right.
Yeah, okay. Okay. Any reports from staff? Wait, hang on. Christian, you okay with that?
Am I okay with going forward without the second page of the letter?
Yes, sir.
That's your call, whether you think you're adequately informed by what we have at this point. It does not look like it pertains to anything earth-shattering or that we will have to make an immediate decision on or anything like that. So maybe if we could just have it distributed.
I could forward it to the board.
Yeah.
That's
Thanks.
no point.
I mean, it's Marathon Oil. They literally shatter Earth. It's what they do.
Good for them.
I just want to point that out. No. John, are you comfortable with the fact that we don't have both pages in front of us? Is there anything pertinent that you think we need to know?
Yeah, I mean, I'm comfortable with
Okay.
that. I mean, I
Awesome.
read the letter. I can't tell you why it's not there.
Just want to be thorough. Okay, great. Let's jump to correspondence.
Reports.
I just did that. We just did that.
Oh, we just did correspondence, excuse me. Reports from staff. He's writing. We'll give him a minute.
Reports?
Yes, sir. I'm sorry.
Harley?
Okay, I'm just going to be going over the events that we're having in the month of April and then some that are in early May.
Okay?
This weekend is our Bunny Breakfast on Saturday and Sunday. We sold a little less than 300 tickets, but Tonight is the deadline to sign up, so hopefully we get a couple more in there. Our first craft show of the year, the Spring Fever Craft Show, is next weekend on the 12th and 13th from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. It's at both the community center and at Holman Elementary. Combining Holman and the community center, we have about 120 vendors so far. That's still ongoing with Josh being out of town. He hasn't been able to approve as many, so there will be more. They just have to be approved by Josh. And then after that, we have the Flashlight Egg Hunt on the 17th of April. So far, we have 65 signups, and there's still plenty of time, so that one will grow as well. And then we have the Mother-Daughter Tea Time on April 27th. Last year was our first year doing that, and it was a huge hit. We sold out, so we're hoping we can continue that again this year. So far, we're at 34. And then we released our summer camps for the year as well. So there's the 6 Share Days camps, which are the Monday through Thursday, 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. ones. And then that also, on top of that, there's also the other summer classes that are the 2 dance classes, Weird Science class, Dodgeball, and the summer cooking classes. And then May 2nd is our first bus trip of the year, and they're going to the Holland Tulip Festival. And then just on my side of it, ball field rentals at Rorman start next week, and girls softball will start playing games at Rorman the
Okay.
first week of May.
Awesome. Any questions or discussions from the board?
Oh, good.
No? Okay. Kristen, are you next?
Yes.
Awesome.
So first we have community center rentals. March was not as busy as February, but interesting, when I looked at last year's, it was switched. So March was a lot busier, but we are down 5 from rentals from last year at this time, and we are down about $2,000
Okay.
in the room rentals.
Is there any patterns in that? Like, do you notice anything that would explain that? Or was there anything like crazy last year where we had a bunch of things?
So-
Like, I remember last year we had the gaming event. I don't know if
Yeah,
that counted.
so
right?
in April, we have a lot of events or programs
Okay.
that stop me from having rentals.
Sure.
I only have like 1 rental in April because all the other weekends are
Are booked.
breakfast or craft show or
Sure.
something.
Okay.
So that probably affected it because we usually don't have that many things happening in April. The picnic shelters, we are up by 2 and up $160 overall
Awesome.
from this point last year.
Okay. John, any other reports?
Yeah, as far as the playground improvement projects at Foxwood North and South, they demoed the equipment in Foxwood North. Most of the equipment has been installed. They're scheduled to, I don't know about tomorrow, but they're scheduled to pour the concrete for the swings and bring some stone in for the area around the swings for the port in place. But the main portion of the equipment's been put up and bolted in. They started the demo on Foxwood South, so that equipment's been taken down, and then they plan on starting installation tomorrow on that park
Oh,
as
wow.
well. So
Okay.
there's 2 different crews working. So it's going pretty quick.
With the rain we're getting today, is that,
What's that?
with the rain that we're getting today, is that
Well,
realistic?
most of that equipment's been on a concrete slab, because we had it
Okay.
surface mounted on concrete with rubber tiles. So,
Okay.
There's some areas that they have to excavate and do stone for the poured-in-place rubber. But, you know, the advantage of working on the concrete, obviously, is they could go out there and, you know, not make a mess.
Yeah.
And be able to install it. So I don't think that's going to affect the scheduling of what they're going to do that much. Really, the getting the surface in is going to be the biggest thing, depending on the weather and the temperatures. And those crews really don't start till like mid-April, so.
Okay.
We're hoping to have all the equipment done and then not have too long of a delay for the surface to get on there, so.
Do we have like an estimated completion date?
I would think by the end of, you know, this month for both
Oh, wow.
of them,
Like including the,
the surface.
wow. Okay,
There may need to be some restoration work done.
Okay.
Landscaping, but.
okay.
Yeah.
Are we planning like a ribbon cutting or something like that?
Well, until we get an idea where we're at with the, a little bit better with the port in place and that, we'll have to, discuss that and see if there's a weekend, maybe in early May, we do something on a
Sure.
Saturday.
Okay,
That makes sense.
sounds great.
That's it.
Okay. Any old business from the board? Okay, hearing none. Let's jump to new business. Consider approval of the reader usage request for the DAV walk. Is there anyone here for that? Yep.
Afternoon, board members.
Hello.
Hello.
Thank you for hearing me out today. I'm Jim Gorman, town manager, and I'm representing the town on this DAV walk for this year. It's the third annual walk at Reeder Park, starting at the police department, going down to Reeder Park. It's also with Dave, DAV, well, they hate when I call it Dave, DAV, Disabled American Veterans, Chapter 17 out of Hammond,
Okay.
as well as Kathy LaRue's office for the St. John Township. We're looking to reserve the park for August 23rd of this year, and we're also looking to see if the board would waive the fees associated with that walk and the park rental.
Okay.
We already filled out the application, so
Yeah, I see that here. Okay.
it does, I believe the last page shows the flyer. It's not the complete flyer, but I think they're going to have a QR code on there as well.
Okay.
So they got a couple of additions to the flyer.
Okay.
We waived fees last year?
Yes, fees were waived last year. That should be put in the motion. Jim, I have a question on, there's one food truck listed. Do you know what vendor yet that's going to be?
They don't know yet.
Okay.
It's not going to be the same one as last year. She was a veteran, and I believe she's not in that business anymore. She actually opened up a brick and mortar. That's what I heard. So I'm not really sure who the vendor is. I'm sure they're going to try and get a veteran, but I don't know.
Okay. Any other
Did you
questions
say
from the
we
board?
waived the fees last year?
Correct.
Okay.
Any conflicts, John? There's no conflicts, right? Yep. Okay. Okay.
I'd like to make a motion then to approve the request for reader usage request for the DAV walk on August, I saw a flyer in there somewhere,
23rd.
August 23rd, 2025, and waive the fees.
Okay, we have a motion on the floor. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries 5-0.
Thank you, board members.
Thank you.
Appreciate
Jim.
that. Thank you.
Yes.
Next up, we need to consider the approval to allow beer and wine to be served by vendors at designated park events.
So you have a list in your packet of the events that we're anticipating having beer and wine served by vendors. Basically, this is the same list as last year with the addition of the Pensy Pints and Performers, August 15th. So it would be the Pokemon Party in the Park, Schererville Fest, Dino Day Party in the Park, Schererville Fireworks, Hocus Pocus Party in the Park, the Pensy Pints and Performers, Fiesta Party in the Park, and the Country Affair. We have, the board knows, because they approved the agreement or the acceptance of the firefighters union proposal for the fest. Our vendor that we had for a lot of these events no longer is going to be in business, Region Ale.
Yeah.
We have met with another vendor that we're possibly looking at using. So this is anticipation of getting a vendor. If we don't get a vendor, then we will not have anything served
Okay.
at these events. With the Pensy Pints and Performers, that's going to be a little bit different because it's going to be utilizing Joliet Street. It's going to be shut down. And there's going to be a designated outdoor refreshment area, which is commonly referred to as Adora. that the town is currently in the process of applying for. And Greg's Place, we had met with Greg's Place and Schererville Lounge. They both sound pretty interested in being a part of this in that capacity. So we put that on the list as well since we're sponsoring that event. So just doing this in anticipation, so we're not waiting till May to do it in front of a meeting.
Okay. Any questions from the board?
Do you know, is Regional going out of business, or are they just not doing this stuff?
Going out of business, they're
Oh, they
closing.
are. That's a shame.
Do we sell a lot of alcohol at Pokemon Party? I'm just curious.
It's, we've had yeah, we've had.
So
something
yes,
there in the
okay,
past.
that's fine.
Yeah.
That's all you had to say. I was just curious. Dino Day 2 would be another, question. Okay. Okay, we'll entertain a motion, if anyone would like to offer one.
I'm sorry, John. Do we have any details on Pensy Pints and Performers?
Pensy Pints and Performers.
Yes.
Spells it out.
I'm reading it. I can pretty much put it
Yeah, I
one
think
and
I
one
read
together,
it.
but
Well, she had covered that last,
all right. If
some of
I'm,
that last meeting. It's going to be a 2-day event. It's going to be from pretty much Town Hall Police Station there on Joliet. It's going to be closed. Our stage is going to be across the street. And our Director of Operations could probably, we're going to Anna. I think we're closing. And then we're
Jun-
going to have a designated refreshment area that's going to have signage. We're going to have food trucks. We're going to have bands on Friday night, 2 bands, and then 3 bands Saturday, starting at 2. And then we're looking at doing our Pensy bike ride in conjunction with Munster Parks. How we did that the last few years was the week after in the evening. We're looking at doing that in the daytime.
Really?
This time as kind of a kickoff on Saturday before the event.
Who are the
Maybe
bands?
some other businesses there. We've kind of met with some of the downtown businesses already. The Chamber's going to get involved and sell corn, so that's kind of the gist of what the event's going to be, more adult-oriented with music and food and refreshments. And we're hoping some people will bike to the event, too. We're going to have an area for bike parking. And I know some board members have, bicycles that they use.
Which one in particular are you referring to?
That one has a bike.
He has a
So-
name, John.
so is
Not that one.
Junction will be open. We're going to stop it from Junction toward Anna. Is that what's going to be closed?
Yes,
Okay.
yeah. The trail will be open.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Any other questions from Ed or anyone else on the park?
It's rough when you miss one meeting.
Okay, we can entertain a motion whenever someone feels so inclined.
All right, I will make a motion to approve beer and wine vendors for the 8 listed events.
6, 7,
Is that good?
8. It works for me.
Okay.
We have a motion on the floor. Is there a second? Nice job. Is there- Okay, we have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries 5-0. Any other new business from the board? John's looking at the calendar. You're making me nervous, John. What's going on here?
No, I still have 2024
Oh.
calendar on my
All right,
notebook.
gotcha, okay. Okay. Okay, any business from the floor?
May 7th.
Okay, the next meeting will be, just to state it for the record, May 7th. We can't really change, we can't change it anymore, right? We're obligated. Okay,
Do whatever we want.
we can do whatever we want. No, we can't, because, we're streaming. Okay, so the next meeting will be May 7th. We just need a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor say aye. Aye. Motion carries 5-0. Meeting is adjourned.